Welcome to our presentation of the Women's Project. Our team consists of Megan Brown, Katie McKeever, Josh Kuzma, Niall Doherty, Faye Thompson, Saoirse Cullen, and Nicole and Wendy are helping. The background of the project is that we've collaborated with Churches Trust before on the Columba Legacy Project, and we've been approached again by Churches Trust to continue the collaboration on this new project. The idea of this project is to make Derry the best place to be young. We're going to be talking about famous and influential women in Derry and what they did for the city of Derry in general, and also women just in general. This is all the local heroines that we will be talking about in the next slides.
This is the research team, as well as the people who each person covered. This slide shows our main reasons for picking the women we have, and we believe that the women we are covering, no matter what their religious beliefs, it's more important that we just talk about how they affected Derry in general.
Also, in this project, we are working towards a diversity unit, which we're also going to use as a criteria later on.
This shows our criteria for choosing and pitching the women that we have in our documentary, or in our pitch.
As part of our research, we went to the Churches Trust office to watch the documentary of the tour of the Maiden City, done by Anne Crilley, which she's later on in the slide we talk about her. Yeah.
Near the start of our work with the Churches Trust, we were taken to the Tower Museum. It was really one of the most valuable assets that we have had so far, as it has given us multiple of the women that we have chosen to talk about in this pitch. The woman I chose to read about was Alice Milligan. She was an Irish poet that has written multiple different works, such as Sons of the Sea Kings and Heroes Lie. She's considered a significant figure in the Irish literary revival.
The one that I'm pitching is called Kathy Harkin. She played a big part in Women's Aid in the 60s, and she also played a big part in the civil rights movement for Derry, and spent a lot of her life in the Derry Labour Party. I think she'd make a great addition to our documentary because of this. And this is another woman that I'm pitching called Margot Harkin. She's a local Irish filmmaker from Derry who made a production company, Besom Productions. And the reason that I think she'd be a good addition to our documentary is because of the fact that she was just like us. She was just a woman from Derry, and she made a production company from scratch. And as us filmmakers, students, that's inspirational to me, which is why I think she'd be a good addition.
The woman that I did my pitch on is Anne Crilley, who is a filmmaker, lecturer, and mother. She's well known for her documentary with Channel 4 called Mother Ireland, and she also formed the Darien Film Video Collective with 5 other women, as also part of the Channel 4 workshop. I believe Anne Crilley would make a good addition to our project, as her interest in film aligns with ours and could help us in shaping our vision for our documentary. Eileen Webster is the other woman I did my pitch on. She is one of the directors of the firm Foy's Womenaid, and Foy's Womenaid is specifically made to help women suffering with abuse, domestic or any other abuse, and also to help them with children and stuff like that. And I think she could be an interesting person to be a part of our documentary as well, because of her role in this charity. And we could also do it about just the organisation itself.
The woman I'm pitching for this project is Bernadette Devlin. Bernadette Devlin was a political activist during the Troubles in Northern Ireland, and she was elected into Parliament as an MP, and was the youngest MP on record at that time. And she now has a mural in the Bogside, you can see a picture of it there, which has been left behind as a legacy of her work in Northern Ireland.
So the first woman I'm pitching is Edith Chaplin, with the title Edith Lady Londonderry. Her husband was the 7th Marquis of Londonderry, and Edith became the leading hostess in Britain. So unusual for her class, Edith was a very passionate feminist, and she created a women's legion, which would train women to do the jobs that normally only men were doing at the time, releasing them for military service. The woman that I also decided to pitch was Louisa McGee, who is currently very relevant in our times, as she has wrote many BAFTA-nominated and winning TV series. She went to Belfast University, Queen's, and now she's currently working on a show called Derry Girls, which is about the Troubles during the 1990s, following 4 teenagers and their life during the Troubles. So I think that she would be a great inspiration to have in our final film, as she's a woman in media doing big things, and we're in media, so yes.
The woman I've decided to pitch is Marlene Jefferson. Marlene Jefferson was the first female mayor of Derry. She became the mayor in 1980, and it was for a year until 1981. Whenever she was 14, she worked in the shirt factory, and since she was mayor in the 1980s, she was obviously involved in a lot of political stuff about the Troubles and stuff. And I just think that she should be in our project because she was one of the first women of power in Derry in the time of the Troubles.
Here are the sources we used to put together our pitch, and thank you for listening.
Yay.